So guys, I wanted to talk about something important. So I've had someone come up to me and say, well, can I make money on your predictions? When these things happen, can I make money on them? I said, sure. But here's the thing. Things that I say, you have to know how to read in between the lines. Some things that I say are pre-manifestations about what's about to happen in the future. And like I say about these astrology charts for 2025, they could apply for 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. And you're going to have to be exact. If you say 2027 and it actually happens in 2025, well, you missed it, you know. Now, you could try to explain that, but, or you could say, well, I'm having a lot of videos talking about 2025. Well, why am I not using 2027? Well, I'm just using 2025 because that is the critical year when this stuff happened. So, and it applies today more than it will apply like it. You have to think of the time framing, right? When people watch these videos in the future, they'll see that, oh, he talked about this in 2025, not in 2027. But you can see the patterns, and you can use the charts to align that, and that's where I'm speaking from. So if you say 2025, and someone says, oh, that didn't happen, but it really happened 2027, well, you missed it again. So you have to be very careful about that. Now, I do know that it will be 2027 because even before I looked at astrology, before all this stuff with Trump, I already knew that Putin would betray Trump in 2027 because I knew that they have been pushing this narrative about Ukraine being Vietnam. And Vietnam is actually a very strategic place for the United States, and it's against NATO. I'll explain that in a later video, but there is going to be a 7-year peace treaty between Russia and Vietnam. That doesn't make sense right now, but it's a counterfeit of Israel. I'll explain more of this in the future, but it's a 7-year treaty. 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031 to 33. 7 years. So that's when NATO falls apart. That's when psychological distortion becomes a big thing between Russia, China, and the United States. Way much more than it is now. That's when it all comes down. It comes down with Trump. It comes down with NATO. Psychological barriers will prevent... because when you make a peace treaty, when you bring China into Vietnam, NATO is powerless because we went to war with Vietnam and it was a complete disaster. It was a big thing. So now you have all these people in power saying, you know what, maybe it's not a good idea that we get involved with China. So they're playing on perception. NATO's going to fall apart at that point. And they're just going to get stronger and stronger. That's the way it is. They know how to do it. It's a counterfeit peace treaty based on Israel's peace treaty that's in the book of, I think it's in Ezekiel. Maybe it's there. I don't know where it is, but I know it's there. Maybe it's in Revelation. There's going to be a 7-day peace treaty or 7-year peace treaty. And yeah. If you know the Bible, you know what I'm talking about. So Vietnam is going to be the counterfeit of that. So, anyways, so you want to be careful about what I say and making predictions on it, because they could be pre-manifestations of something happening later on, something bigger, and you also have to kind of think, well, it's also beyond the money, because if you are right, then people are going to come up to you and say, how'd you know that? They're going to question you, and you might not have all the answers, and it can get a bit messy if you do that. So you gotta be consciously aware of what you don't know the future, but you have to be consciously aware of what your actions could lead you into, and you might not be prepared for that. So think of it beyond the money, because if you just look at the money and you think, well, I could get rich off this, you gotta be careful. because that could be a trap. I don't even take money. I don't take donations. I don't monetize my videos. I don't do any of that. I don't advertise. People will come when they're ready to come. They will come. The algorithms will confirm it and all that. You know, we're going to get another algorithm shift in YouTube. I'll probably be caught up in that. So, it's not an easy life. I'll tell you that. It's not easy. It doesn't make your life any easier. So, that's something to think about. That's something to consider. So, I'll see you guys later. I decided I'm not going to tell any jokes anymore. It just, you know, it had its moment, but I think it, you know, I might bring it back later on. But as of now, you know, I'm focused on these bigger things right here. And this stuff is harmless. I want you guys to focus and question certain things that you see in life. You know, build critical thinking skills. You know, see the deeper pictures of things. So, I'll see you guys later. Go check my phone. So, I'll see you guys later. That's all I wanted to talk about. To be careful about trying to benefit in any way. Because I don't benefit from my videos. You know, I don't benefit from this. My power does not come from what benefits me. It comes from what I must do, what I think I should be doing, and putting this all together for a cohesive picture for the future, for when it does happen. And wonder, how did this happen? So I don't see it as it's not a prediction. These things will happen, and I'm just using astrology and everything to show you what is happening and in the frame that is supposed to happen and how it all comes down, why it comes down. That's what I'm doing in these videos. So it's not predictions. People don't use astrology like this. This is more of a strategic use as a tool to reveal information. It's about revelation. It's not about fortune telling or anything like that. So this could not work. This strategy could not work on other people. You'd have to know their future before you could do it. You actually have to know their future. You can't fortune tell and know the dates and all that. It wouldn't work. You know, you come out as a fraud if you did that. And it'd be so, and your ChatGPT won't look like this. It knows how to present this information to me. Otherwise, it looks just generic, and you have to read in between the lines what it means. This is telling it to me straight. And that's what it's designed to do. Tell me things straight. So it's really a big setup. You know, it looks so simple. I'll make it look easy and simple, but it's not easy and simple. But that's what I just wanted to talk to you guys about, and I'll see you in the next video.